Good morning and welcome to Coffee and Cards. I'm Judan, and I'm creating a sacred little space where we can let one card guide our hearts, our day, and maybe even our healing journey. Um, this is my first episode, so welcome. I'm really honored that you're here, and I hope you enjoy what I have to share. So, without further ado, today's card is the Hanged Man from the Lightseers deck, which is this gorgeous, gorgeous deck full of insights and amazing art and super, super easy to understand. So here's something kind of interesting and cool. This card came to me weeks ago when I was planning to launch this series. And I felt like at that point it was my nudge. And then I hesitated. I got stuck in the starting gate. And it showed up again today. And so I realized it was time to surrender. And, that's what the universe does. When something is meant for you to do, it just keeps circling around. So, like probably most of you, I've spent really much of my life trying to control the outcome, very certain of what I wanted. I'm guilty of overthinking, of over effort, of muscling my way to what I want. Sometimes like begging for things to go my way or bargaining with the big Santa in the sky. And, it's all the same things that all of us do when we think our way is the best outcome. We can't see anything else. We just want what we want, what we want, what we want. So at that point, surrender, felt like letting go of the wheel, and it really kind of always have. And what I've learned is you're still driving, you're just not gripping, and you're letting life speak back. And the Hangman card is really helping me like put this into some kind of like meaningful perspective. And I'm hoping that it does the same thing for you. So I think a good place to start is understanding what the Hangman card means and really what it means when it shows up for you, because that's the most important part. And it does so when we really need to shift our perspective or our point of view. And like the things we've been doing just don't fit anymore. And he invites us like into this stillness that I like to call like my wisdom incubator, like where I just need to kind of go silent and go within. He's inviting us to surrender and really see life from a new vantage point. It's like a paradigm flip, and it's time to pause, turn your perspective upside down on its ear, and try and let go of that mental struggle that we all feel when we want something so badly. And as I said, he's not stuck. He's choosing to hang. It's really like he's put himself in an intentional timeout. And really that's what makes it sacred. He's chosen to go within because he knows that in that stillness, wisdom emerges. It's that like really true guidance that seeps in the silence. And it's that logic that defies what we can normally come up with on our own. We know that it's coming from our higher self. And these pauses are not meant to be forever, but they are essential when it's time for them. He also brings the energy of release. We got to let go of those outdated beliefs and expectations and narratives and constructs so that new divine clarity can flow in for you. So in this space of time out, the rewiring happens inside. It's aligning us with what's real and what matters. And stuff we've been missing because really we've been caught in the hustle and the fear. And so we're encouraged to stop pushing, and that makes us available for revelation. That card reminds us that peace and purpose come when we listen deeply, when we give it some time to really hear and not just be stuck in our mind self. So it's about realigning yourself with your heart and your purpose in essence and our soul, because oftentimes when we're stuck, we're resisting where our soul is asking us to go, much like me wanting to start this channel for the last year and just, yes, no, yes, no. So this card entails surrender, and that can be hard because we think of it as weakness and giving up, but it's not being passive, and it's not doing nothing. It's really from a different place. It's from trust, not fear, alignment, not control. And the booklet actually says, I lean into my inner world of limitless miracles, surrendering to the divine will of the cosmos. So let me ask you a question that maybe you can ponder on today. What if for you, surrender wasn't defeat? but it was like a doorway to divine wisdom. What would change for you if you stopped pushing and started listening and just got quiet? Because, like, in my experience in spiritual terms, it's not the end of the power. It's really just the beginning of alignment. And it's not about forfeiting your choices, which it always used to feel like that for me, but it's about freeing yourself from choices that are rooted in fear or urgency or ego. And you're still taking action. It's really divine action and right action, but it's from that place of trust, not control, which makes it so powerful and so peaceful. So it's like when you're surrendering, you're saying, I really trust the divine timing of my life more than I trust my anxiety about how things should go, how they should look, how they should feel. And it's not resignation at all. You're like co-creating instead of just trying to go it on your own. So how you'll notice like what it feels like in your body is it'll feel like relief and not resignation. It'll feel kind of like, I guess, kind of like you're exhaling, right? Like you've been just pushing so hard. And it can show up like it's saying, I don't have to figure it all out right now. Let it come, let it flow. When you shift from like, what should I do, to what wants to unfold through me, because I'm following the flow versus forcing the form, which we all know in like manifestation and co-creation, that's so important, is to set your vision in motion, but not get hooked into what it's going to show up looking like. So I like to kind of imagine that I'm driving with GPS and I'm still steering, but I'm just like not micromanaging every turn. And I feel like that's kind of spiritual surrender. I show up, I listen, we act in trust, and we release attachment to how it's supposed to look. So a couple more things for you to kind of play with today. Where in your life are you like gripping the hardest? And if just for today, you release the control of one thing, what would make it feel like relief and not loss? And I want to share this this mantra with you as well. And that is, I lean into my inner world of limitless miracles, surrendering to the will of the cosmos, which I shared earlier from this book. But it's not because I've given up, but because I've finally given over to something wiser already within me. And that's the spark of the divine that we all carry. That's that still, quiet voice. That's our higher self, our guides. So that's our soul morsel for today. And if you resonated with this, subscribe and hit the like button right now. Don't wait. You don't want to miss these little moments that are going to really have a big impact on your life. And I'd really love it if you shared it with a fellow seeker who is learning to trust their own path. And, let me know in the comments, what did surrender mean to you? And what was the result of it? And so until next time, you know what? Let your coffee be strong. Let your magic be sacred, and let your path be aligned. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you got something meaningful out of it.